She's done magazine photo shoots and gotten profiles in the New York Times. She should have to answer for these opinions.
I think he should also condemn those statements herself, those, approvals. October 7th, murder, rape, kidnapping, torture, beheading. Pretty sick. All right, the left's tax, this story. Tax and spend insanity colliding head-on with reality in my former state of New York as Mayor Zoran Marxist Kami Mamdani pushing even higher taxes in the city. He wants a bigger budget than the entire state of Florida. Governor Kathy Hochul now she's begging all those wealthy New Yorkers that left New York.
Almost there. We're almost there, baby.
She's saying, please.
Oh no.
They love to hate the very people
What's up, Samantha?
funding their massive spending. Take a look at what she said.
Is that you or is that someone faking you?
I need people who are high net worth to support the generous social programs.
I'm ready for Gutfeld.
Right now,
Any minute. He's coming. Any minute. He's gonna be on any minute. Yeah, that's you. This douchebag. I can't stand her. Yeah. Yeah, Hulk begging people to come back to New York. And chip in. That's what I thought.
Now, Clay, I want to play this for you. Remember when she said this to conservatives and Lee Zeldin and Trump? Get on a bus, get out of here.
Yeah.
Get out of New York. Take a look.
Can I block you already?
That the era of Trump and Zeldin and Moron
Shit.
jump on the bus and head down to Florida.
What snakes?
Okay? Get out of town.
Get out of town.
You are not New Yorkers. You're not New Yorkers.
Hold on a sec.
Okay, I listened to her. I listened to Cuomo. I left 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think she's going to be showing up at your door, begging on it, asking you to come back to New York because you got to fund the whole government, Sean. Look, I live in Tennessee. We got a 0% state income tax. And I don't understand why anyone who's successful, my co-host Buck Sexton, you know him well. He also left New York City. He lives down in Florida now. If you are super successful, why in the world do you want to pay 15%?
Oh, well, I thought you were a friend of mine, but you're not. You gonna blow up my page? Do I have to block you again?
It's going to cripple states like California, Illinois, and New York, Tennessee, Texas, Florida, 0% state income tax. We're going to keep getting better and better. It's pretty great down here.
Oh, South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, my state of Florida, Texas, they go on my leaps and bounds. But I'm willing to invite the governor on my podcast to have a long discussion.
There we go.
Tomorrow we drop the podcast with former Mayor Bill de Blasio. We're going to preview next.
Gold Bond believes in the power of touch, a loving touch, a touch that says, I'm never letting go. That's why Gold Bond is formulated to make your skin irresistible.
You're on the wrong channel, pal.
Gold Bond.
You're more than welcome to go on your channel, though, where your crackheads get together.
Relax. It's Miralax. It works with the water in your body for gentle relief.
Relax. It's Miralax.
It's right here.
For more fiber per serving than any other gummy, try Mirafiber.
Back here.
Dark spots, wrinkles.
What are you doing?
That can fight them all.
He's right there.
Particle face cream engineered for men.
You see him?
Made for our skin and backed by science.
Sitting right here, right next to me. Right up on top of the couch.
My eye bags before, this was me, and this is me today.
Can you shut your fucking mouth?
They're barely there. My wrinkles were deep. Look at the difference. I honestly didn't think a cream would do this.
Sitting right here.
It literally takes 2 minutes a day.
You see him like, oh, what the hell, man? What are you bugging me for?
Super easy. Super
He's being a handsome boy. He's laying right behind me. We were both taking a nap. We both took a nap. We're taking a nap before Gutfeld. He's literally laying right there on top of the couch. Right on my head. He literally was touching my face while I was sleeping. What are you doing? He's touching my face. Handsome boy. Do you? Yeah, when he bit you. I told you. Don't you have to mess with him.
I said, Mom, your current provider spent $12 billion last year on advertising.
Fucking Biden guy, yeah, or the Kamala guy, yeah. The gay Kamala guy. Oh no, I'm LGBTQ.
Helps fully empty your bladder and
Fucking
promotes a normal
asshole.
prostate size. Why? Force Factor Prostate Advanced contains
Yeah.
clinically studied salt palmetto, beta-cytosterol, cranberry.
Apparently this guy, yeah. This guy loves sucking dick and voted for Kamala.
It's got to be safe. It's got to be doctor recommended.
Could you imagine what would happen if she got in?
Is the #1 cardiologist
Are you
recommended deep
faggot?
brain for heart
Yeah.
health support with clinically studied grapeseed extract for nearly.
Yeah,
2
I'll
times
admit,
more
yeah,
effective
am I
blood
triggered?
pressure support
Yeah, 'cause
than
you're a
diet and
faggot.
exercise alone.
So go be gay.
Works. I swear
Go
by it.
suck a
And I know you're
dick.
gonna love it too.
Try Super Leads today at human.com.
Trump guy.
When a cyber thief transfers the title of
We're
your
like
home
smart
to
guy,
your name,
but
it's
you're
a
just a
race against
moron.
time to stop the theft of your hard-earned equity.
Shit.
Long after it's done. You as the
How's that working out for you? By the way. Oh, it's not. That's right. She lost. No.
You've got 4 mortgages on your house.
Yeah.
You didn't even know existed.
No more Kamala. Oh, we can't listen to the burden things that we've been burdened for being burdened about.
Calling your
Get the
wife?
fuck away, loser.
Great.
Oh, loser.
Powerful allergy relief with no brain fog and drowsiness. Try now 11. It's a no-brainer.
Get new flows
Right.
during Empire Today's gigantic 75%
Yeah.
off sale.
Well, he'd be happy that Trump's president.
And vinyl, 75% off. Schedule now.
So, tell your dad everybody's happy now that we don't have a bunch of terrorists running this world. Because if Kamala got it like this asshole wanted, then we'd be fucked. We'd be fucked. But no, we have Trump. Thank fucking
My
God.
new podcast is out. My interview with John Fetterman, it dropped Monday, and tomorrow I interviewed former New York City mayor, affectionately called Comrade Bill de Blasio. Here's a sneak
De
peek.
Blasio.
In retrospect, the whole concept of defund the police made no sense. It made sense to say, how can we do better? It made sense to say, hey, by the way, a lot of cops told me.
Can't notice my glasses are on because I don't want to hear what you have to say.
Alternatives. Because
I can't see what you're saying. My glasses are on, I can
We're doing
see.
good. So,
No, I don't have to
a
see.
mistake,
I know what you're going to say.
and I understand where it came from, but it was a mistake.
Loser.
It's on YouTube. It's for free. That's all the time we have left. Thank you for making the show possible. Thank you for joining us. Please
And next, here we go.
Miss an episode of Hannity for news every time, anytime, all the time. Go to foxnews.com or Hannity.com. And in the meantime, let not your heart be troubled. Great Gutfellas next. And put a smile on your face. Thanks for being with us. Have a great night with your family.
Smile on your face. Jersey style. Yeah. Let's do it, Gutfeld. What do you got? You got some good guests tonight. I know that.
Just the guys.
Jimmy Listow's there.
Happy Wednesday, everyone.
I already know that.
According to the latest Democratic polls, Kamala Harris has overtaken Gavin Newsom.
That's
But
back
since
and
he's
forth.
dyslexic, Gavin now thinks he's in first place. Speaking of
Thanks.
Kamala, Ms. Harris was seen with a drag queen who was impersonating her. The impersonator was so convincing, he's currently banging Willie Brown. Barack Obama played basketball with an NBA star to tease his presidential center. They played a game of horse, or as Barack likes to call it, Michelle. Meanwhile, as Obama played basketball, Joe Biden played dead. And somewhere, Hillary played hangman. To destroy Iranian missile sites, U.S. forces used deep penetrator bombs that weighed 5,000 pounds each. You had me at deep penetrator, said one journalist. Sunday night, reality star Lisa Rinna attended an Oscar party wearing a dress made from 11 pounds of human hair. But don't worry, most of it was ethically sourced from Chuck Schumer's ears. Meanwhile, Kim Kardashian fell while wearing 8-inch heels on her way to an Oscars party. She's fine, but it took doctors hours to pry Peter Dinklage out of her ass. Thank you. Okay. In Texas, a half-naked man on spring break was twerking on top of a speeding Jeep. It sustained a serious head injury after it crashed. Thankfully, Larry Kudlow is expected to make it.
He's making fun of Larry.
A former Price is Right model claims that sexual harassment was rampant on the show. Turns out, when Johnny Olsen said, "Come on down," he was actually talking about Bob Barker's pants. And finally, comedian Chelsea Handler says the house that she bought from RFK Jr. was deemed toxic and unlivable, which are the same words used by her gynecologist. All right, this is crazy. New York City spent roughly $81,000 per homeless person last year. 81 grand. With that kind of cash, those shopping carts they push should be chauffeur driven.
Sure.
Now, I've lived in New York for decades, and I often truly wonder why. Yeah, it's the city that never sleeps, only because if you doze off, you might wake up inside a chalk outline.
What am I doing wrong?
True, it's hard enough living here without being homeless. Until you see how homelessness is incentivized. No bills to pay, free food, no accountability, a roof over your head when you want it. Of course, you don't need 81K for that. So the money must go somewhere else. And that's shelter operations, administration, security, healthcare, social programs, not to mention the bottomless mimosas. It is New York. In other words, everything except disincentivizing homelessness. So it's no wonder the homeless are growing like RFK's pecs since he started eating pandas.
I love that. He keeps saying
and we're surprised? No, it's like hosting a free all-you-can-eat buffet and then being shocked when the view refuses to leave.
Cheers.
But for the people running this script, that's the point. They use compassion to get the money, but the problem remains, so the money keeps going. Think about how cruel that is. The worst place for a homeless, mentally ill person is a city, especially New York. Freezing winters, humid summers, there's hardly any public bathrooms, so you have to poop in a bag and mail it to CNN, which I don't encourage, maybe. But there's a reason they used to put sanitariums in
you should be watching
CNN
right now.
with
Why are you
fresh air
here?
And no loud, stressful noises.
CNN.
It's key to be somewhere
CNN
away from
or
crowds,
MS Now,
which is why
or whatever it is
signings
now.
are so
MS
calming.
CBS,
But
whatever
instead,
the
we
fuck
keep
you
people in
call
the
it.
most volatile environment possible because it's profitable for those in charge. I even ran some numbers, meaning I hired an Asian kid. For 81 grand a year, you can get a one-bedroom apartment in a decent neighborhood, pay for food, transportation, internet, utilities, healthcare. Hell, you could have money left over for hobbies or buying my latest book, which is available everywhere. But since the homeless are incapable of functioning, they stay put and they get worse. And the bureaucrats get paid. Since 2019,
they don't give the money to them.
Next year, it's going to cost 97 grand per person. And what happens when it reaches six figures? Do the homeless start paying taxes? And force bums to say, screw this, I'm pushing my shopping cart to Florida? Imagine if a sports team did this. Yeah, we lose more games every season, but we're still going to pay the coaches a lot more. Now, the city's controller admits this is a mess, but he also blames homelessness on, quote, larger migration patterns not under the city's control. Like, what are they, Canada geese?
I mean, it's true. Both
I
do
just
on my
wrote a
windshield.
check for $200 for my fucking.
But it's dumb to think the homeless are getting rich off this. It's the non-profit shelter execs who make between 600 grand and $1 million a year. Talk about the perfect blue city grift. Bureaucrats give your money to people who don't work, then tax it back again to pad their salaries. It's a financial circle jerk that would make Minnesota daycares wonder why they didn't come up with it first. It's the opposite of compassionate, but calling it incompetence lets the crooks off the hook. It's greed. Every casualty on the street needs more money for them. You see human misery, they see a kitchen renovation.
On my car.
And what of compassion for the taxpayer who shovels thousands into this? And not for the bums, but for the crooks who monetize the bums. The people in charge, they don't want homelessness solved. It's their second homelessness they're worried about. And that beach house, it isn't going to pay for itself. You are.
Period.
Let's welcome tonight's guest.
Who we got?
He looks like the guy who steals your underwear at the laundromat. Host of In My Drink, editor-in-chief of the Federalist, Molly Hemingway. She's like a slinky. He wants to see it, so make it down the stairs. New York Times bestselling author about this Get Jim! And when he wore green last night, people mistook him for Fenway Park. Former NWA World Champion. Mr. All right. Buck, I've known you for years. You've been homeless for years. You don't seem like somebody who's getting $80,000 a year. Have you noticed your life improving at all at the shelters?
Well, last night was a big night.
Yeah,
because it was St. Patrick's Day, and then we had an extra big fire around the trash can. Me and Cardboard Carl.
Yes,
and then we heard the news: $81,000 per homeless. So today I was out looking for a second box. I'm gonna get something in a big refrigerator for down by the lake. That's nice. Wouldn't it be great? Shouldn't they just give the homeless $81,000 at this point? You'd have a better chance at actually solving a problem.
In fact, you would probably, I would say, out of half of them would probably make some better decisions on this way. But that's a better batting average.
Everyone around the world shitting in the streets.
Guy who says this is a clarion call to make sure each dollar counts. And I'm like, dude, don't get Shakespearean on it. And then I thought, for $81,000, we could have homeless Shakespeare. Wouldn't that be nice?
In the park.
Yeah.
They're already there.
They can just come out, a shopping cart, my kingdom for a shopping cart. What light from yonder window breaks?
Well,
by the way, like and subscribe.
She's Juliet, and the bitch better have my money.
More people I get. Maybe one day I might make a little money.
I think we've moved past this. But when you dared question the system, they would accuse you of punching down and that you lack compassion, when in fact the people protecting the system were doing more damage.
Well, this story is actually enraging. Like the amount of money that we are spending. New York is just one city, but there are cities all across the country that have this homeless industrial complex where you're talking about the incentives. The incentives are actually aligned to never fix the problem. If you fix the problem, you're not making that $800,000 of sweet, sweet money, pretending that you're fixing the problem. And like these people, they can't live. These are people, whether because of drugs or mental illness or whatever. Like it's a real human catastrophe, and nobody seems to care.
No, they don't. And it's true. It's like, what would they do if the problem were solved? You almost have to talk about. That's like describes the entire Democratic Party. There are kind of agencies to keep the problem.
Democrats support this.
If we decided racism was solved, which we kind of did like 20 years ago.
You have to go out and find more.
Yeah, you got to go out and find more. You and I both, we see the homeless every day.
I don't see that money. I don't know. Rude, my money goes.
We stay at a Days Inn.
Well, if I stay in a Days Inn, it's a weekend.
Kat, are you tired of being lectured by people who don't have your lived experience?
I'm also tired of how it's okay. So it's okay to tell people, listen, you can't give money to the homeless because you don't know what they're going to spend it on. And that everyone says that's reasonable. But if you say that about the government, you're a dick. even though, like, I would argue that a homeless person is actually better with my money than giving it to the government to give to the homeless. Because yes, they're going to buy a lot of drugs, but maybe eventually they'll buy a sandwich or a toothbrush or something. If you give it to the government, clearly none of this money actually goes where it's supposed to be. And there's still this misconception that if someone is fiscally conservative, as they call it, that is because you don't care about social problems. When really it's just being smart enough to understand that giving money to the government does not solve these social problems. And I don't understand how it's kept that branding for so long. Given this is not the first story that we've seen like this. We're constantly seeing stories like this where it's like, no. Homelessness is a problem. Yes, I'd like to see this solved. However, we are just giving money to people that are doing nothing to solve it. It's a racket.
It is a racket.
It's a racket.
By the way, the homeless are like, they love private property. Do you see the stuff they collect?
At the very least, they could tell you what they spent the money on.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I got cocaine. A lot more than what the government could tell you.
Yeah. And if they share it, all the more, Tyrus.
Heroin.
There's this myth that all these homeless people are like really friendly. Maybe 30 years ago, the friendly hobo. In New York, it's unstable creeps. And I wouldn't even say they're creeps. Like, it's interesting. They say, oh, they're mentally ill, but they never pick a fight with you.
No.
They always go after women and they run from the cops, which means they are kind of sane because they know they won't lose the fight and they know cops are bad. But they never pick fights with you.
No. Well, I think they're like, damn, I thought I had it bad and I'm homeless. Your monologue is probably, it's hard to say one, but it's probably the strongest monologue you've ever done. I mean, it made, as a dyslexic guy, I didn't get confused with the numbers at all. It made sense. I think as far as the homeless concerned, that scam, that con, that Ponzi scheme, there's probably not much we can do about it. But it made me think a lot about the homeless thing and the situation we're having with TSA right now. It's clearly, no matter who the president is, the government is never going to help fellow man. All they're going to do is pad their own pockets. It's going to take us. It's going to take people, everyday people coming together. Like in every city that has an airport.
And by the way, I'm running for president.
People made a GoFundMe for TSA, and it could cover their bills. The TSA would be okay because why? We know where their money would go. Whoever's in charge of it, they send their bills, and we get their bills.
2028.
Anything in this country that we want done, we have to start saying it's not going to be for the government. It's going to be everyday people. We have to get back to the communities that take care of each other. And we have to do that. And it's not hard.
And I'd still be going bomb, Moran.
Yeah. And everyone even all the people stuck in line, if you said, hey, we can make this go better, if everyone throws in $20, I'm pretty sure there'd be a lot of 20s flying out. Yeah. Like, we need to take care of our own. The TSA agents make what, 48, if they're lucky, 65. And again, it's an easy problem to solve, but government's not interested in it because they would have to prove they solved it because we would go to the TSA agent and be like, did you get your money to pay your bills? No, I didn't get dog, and you got too much water in your bag. and that's the problem, because with the homeless, they're not going to know if they get help or not. They've not. There's the reason why there's so much homeless is there's no help for them. Even the thing, they put limits on the shelters, they put limits on this and that. With all that money, they should literally be never on the streets.
Exactly, never on the streets. Yeah.
So it's a sad thing. I think the one good thing about those, or one thing about guys like Nick Sherman, or one thing about people like yourself, is now Americans are starting to go, holy, like, wow, we've all been duped. And worse, I think during the pandemic, they got so bold, they got so greedy, and now the chickens come home, and we're all seeing it. And we're gonna have to think about, at some point, they like to protest. What if we all protest paying taxes?
Yeah. All right. Up next, a Dem plays a perv.
I think there's a couple people out there got a point. I should run for president. I'd make a good president. I'd still bomb the crap out of Iran. I wouldn't stop that shit. I'd be like, just keep those guns pointed at them. We got, those helicopters with those giant fucking guns, 60 millimeter or whatever they are. We have the warthogs flying over. see ya. Blow the piss out of those motherfuckers. I wouldn't even think twice about it. I would have bombed the crap out of them. So, is it a good idea? I don't know. But yeah, I know one thing. I'd make a good president. I would have made a good president here in this fucking stupid place I live. Whatever. I wouldn't have lied to people, which they do. That's what happens. That's the difference between reality and fucking. Yeah. Anyways, this guy thinks he's funny. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah, well, you're sitting here watching him, aren't you? That's right. What? You should be watching CNN. Maybe you can go watch CNN. Why aren't you on MSN now? Listening to CNN or MSN now, watching Abby, your friend, the black girl that just lies through her teeth left and right and can't come up with a real reason about anything. Why aren't you there? It's because you got nothing else better to do. But yet here you are on my page. Yeah. You're not watching it. No, report me for copyright infringement. Oh no! Didn't work, did it? What do you got going on? Barely nothing. You got your own page? No, you don't. But here you are. How's that working out for you, by the way? How's that working out that you got nothing, not a zilch, zero? Oh, I need to. Where's my? Who's the 8? Yeah, you draw pictures of penises because you want to suck one. Do you do that? Do you draw little pictures of penises? How's that working out for you? Does it work? Just like paper, right? Where'd you go, buddy? The cat just was like, oh man, he's drawing pictures of penises. I'm out of here. Anyway, we got a guy who draws pictures of penises, everybody. Because he wants to suck one. Not working out too well for him, is it? The little tiny ones, though. That's the only thing. He just draws little tiny penises. They look like his own. It's what he's used to. He's wishing it was his own penis. Because, he thinks he's a cat or a dog. Thinks he can lick his own balls. Oh, look at this. We're back. No, are we? Yep, we are. I'll draw a picture of your penis.
Here's another left-wing
I'm fine.
perv
How are
in
you?
Texas. He's here to serve. The dead challenger in a Texas house race, Latin singer Pauly Pulido, once starred in a music video where he plays a pervert touching himself in public. Roll it, Pablo.
Looks like you. Yeah, looks like 2 of you. Jerking off in a blanket.
But don't worry, he respects women and once posted a non-consensual photo of a chick who accidentally exposed herself at a concert. He also promoted porn sites on Twitter for years, and I have to say, he picked some good ones. So
I heard about your mom, so.
And get this, in 2016,
I actually know about your mom.
On Trump's
that was
Hollywood
very
star.
loose.
But the joke's on him. Trump is now a 2-time president, and you may have peed on his star, but now we're about to make you a star for all the wrong reasons. So good luck, Texas. At the rate you're going, won't be long before voters are leaving your state for somewhere more conservative, like California. Yep.
Yeah, another period.
Should we cut this guy some slack? That was his 2010 music video, Molly. The audience doesn't think so.
Every time I'm on this show, I always want to say, in response to literally everything, y'all need Jesus.
You should like that.
In this moment, like,
where's the Bible bangers?
I was a little confused when I first saw this, and I thought
Where's the Bible bangers?
But I kind of liked it because I feel like politicians are always claiming to be something they're not. You know, like Kamala Harris is like, I'm a moderate and you should vote for me. Or John Cornyn's like, I'm a conservative, you should vote for me. This guy is just being honest about what a politician is.
Yes.
So kudos to him for that.
Somebody who jerks off in front of you. You know, Kat, I was watching this. Do you remember when they used to sell those Snuggies? Mm-hmm. It was like he was selling three of them. Yeah, he was like selling a masturbation Snuggie. It was like an infomercial, like wear this if you don't want to get arrested. That was what was going on in my head. I don't know what's going on in your sick mind.
I would not hire you to do marketing for Snuggie.
Where did the Snuggie go?
21 bucks one person. I'll take it.
I did. I watched the whole thing, and I felt as though I had taken a powerful hallucinogen. I truly was watching it, and I kept catching myself wondering, like, if I was really seeing what I was seeing.
Smoke.
And I kept looking into the sky, and the New York Post said that he once swore on a Bible that
That's
he was
your mom.
Not gay.
She'll tell you what the snail's about.
Yes.
Like, who is this person?
Yes.
I'm astounded. I want to know what the costume budget was for this video. There's a lot of costume changes. There's a lot. How much time went into it? How much money? Above all, I would like to know why.
Biden
I would just I watched the whole.
Watch
whole
the gas
thing,
prices.
and I
Biden
felt
did
like
that.
It took me to another realm of consciousness.
I like the fact that he wears a cowboy hat as if that cancels out everything else.
Oh, no, it doesn't. I can answer Chad's question on how much the wardrobe costs. Nothing, because it was from his closet. I think we need to start believing people what they present on TV. It is
she left me
who
this
you
before
are.
she died.
You know, like if you make a lot of
gave
gay
me
jokes
this.
on
I
TV,
keep it in my wallet. I have this, and it's my mother's $100 bill that she gave me, and that's what it looks like on the other side.
Anyhow.
Yeah.
Got him! That's for all those Silver Fox jokes.
Like that.
We need to take him for who he is. One of the things we learned, especially with that creepy guy in England, for years he bragged on TV about. Was it Jimmy Savile? Jimmy Savile bragged about all the things he was doing to young girls, and everyone laughed and clapped because he's making jokes. This is exactly who he is. He's just the cowboy hat is the only thing that he was practicing and pretending to be. Nobody does that unless there's a part of them that wants to do that. They think they're so clever. And I'm sure when they were in production and they were talking about this, he was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And I'm sure people were like, why? He wanted you to see who he really was, but he made it a joke. And when you look at the things, like if you take a picture of somebody in a bad position and you post it, you're a horrible person to begin with. I mean, to put a woman's body like that for gigs, you're posting porn stuff, that's who you are. It's just you were emboldened by it, but the times have changed and now people are being held accountable, and that was all a big joke. I don't have a sense of humor for that.
Yeah. Wow.
Cyrus is mad. Don't want to piss him off.
I didn't
pick you up and snap you in half.
So close to my life.
Kind of like somebody I know.
Do you think that they vetted this, or if the Democrats vetted it, did they think it was a big deal, or did they not vet it at all?
That to me is the funniest part of this. Like, he won his race.
Yeah.
This video was made in 2010. His opponent saw it. It was like, yeah, I'm not going to put that in my ad. That would be the only ad I would run.
Exactly.
I'd be like, you deserve to send me to the State House instead of this guy. Here's his video. That would be the only ad I would ever do. Unless this is who this person represents. There might be a community of people in Texas who are just sitting around even now, just furiously working it under a red. Like, I want to go to that town.
They got mad at MAGA for wearing a red hat.
Yes.
This dude's wearing a red masturbation blanket, and they're just at their little rallies, just like one for everybody.
Wait, would you call the masturbation snuggie a tuggy?
Yeah.
Tuggy.
A tuggy. And this guy is living in tuggy country. This is tuggy country.
I have brought reds like it in every home.
You can't fix stupid.
The rodeos must
Movie
be
theaters,
fantastic.
red tuggy.
Molly's questioning every last choice.
But she's wearing blue. She's obviously with the opposition.
All right, we must
Coming
move
soon, Blue.
Let's
You can't fix fucking
But here's a transition. Up next, should we nuke the filibuster?
You just can't fix stupid. You can't fix stupid. That's all there is to it. You can't fix stupid. No matter how hard you try, you can't fix stupid. Stupid is stupid. Doesn't matter. Yeah. How many countries are there? You wouldn't know. How many countries are there in South America? How many? I think it's like 72 or some shit like that. What's how many countries are in North America? That would be, I think, 2. Yeah, that's right. Canada and America. And then South America is, God, who knows how many. Let's just start with Mexico, Venezuela, Cuba, frickin'. It goes on and on and on. They're all over the place, all the way down to Brazil. Yeah, something like that. You know, how many in the rest of the world. Who would know? I guarantee none of you. That was $3.57 today. Not that bad. I mean, considering it's still cheaper than it was under Biden, so they went up a few cents. It's $3.54. I went up 3 cents. So I had to put gas in my car today, so not that bad. I imagine they're gonna go down. As soon as they open those straits, they open the oil reserves. It's going to take a while for them to go back down. But I imagine what's going to happen by spring, which right now it's still winter. Yeah, well, what was it when Biden was in office? It had to be $5.50, right? It was $5.50 when Biden was in office. It was over $4 here. So it's still lower than when Biden was in office. He fucked it up. This would not be happening if it wasn't for your Democratic fucking bullshit. It wouldn't be that high. He started it. Didn't he shut down the pipes? He shut down the drilling. He shut down everything. Where were you? When were you bitching about it then? No, you weren't. You weren't bitching about it then. You were paying it. And now you're, oh my God, it's so high. Yeah, it's just like, I heard this too. Yeah, the tariffs raised everything. The tariffs didn't raise everything. The corporations raised it. Okay. But talk to California about that. Talk to California. Lowest freaking, worst unemployment in the world right now. California. Democratic state. Yeah, there are freaking, what? No worse? You mean like the Ukrainian-Russian war? You mean like under Obama? 5 different wars he started? Really? Yeah, there's no war. He's destroying shit. Okay, he's stopping wars. This is how stupid you people are. You just sit here and run your mouth. Wow. fucking moron. Yeah, sure. How many bombings did Obama start without congressional approval? How many? Libya. Let's just start there. Let's just start with Libya. There wouldn't be a fucking war if it wasn't for Obama.
Bell Peace Prize winner.
Should have fucking taken care of this a long time ago. It's been going on since the 70s, you motherfucker. Stupid asshole.
Republicans loot the filibuster. Bomb you.
Hey, Kat.
Hey.
The Save America Act, which is the bill requiring proof of citizenship to vote, faces
but you
major
can't.
challenges in the
You
Senate
need
despite public
an
support.
ID to
Republicans only
vote.
hold 52
Oh,
seats, so they can't
no.
overcome a Democratic filibuster without 60 votes or changing the Senate rules. Is it time to eliminate the filibuster?
Dumbass.
I want to be honest, this is a real hard transition for me.
Imagine that the senators are wearing tuggies.
Yeah.
Chuggies.
I just
Chuggies.
it really does. This whole fiasco, shall we call it, really does encapsulate so much of what's wrong with our government, right? Because if you hear politicians talk, or if I think you even hear the arguments in the media, you think that voter ID was controversial, and it's actually not controversial. More than 80% of Americans support this.
Yes.
So it's really it's an illusion,
Mexicans,
right? So of course with the filibuster, the issue is if one party like, oh, this sounds great, and then until it's used the other way, and so on, But I mean, it's just really remarkable
Except for that
we
guy.
pay these people,
Guy up
and
there.
then we make it clear the
missed
kinds
him.
of stuff that we would like them to
He's
do,
gone
and then
now.
they just
He's
can't.
running
They can't do
scared.
it. They're like
Just
people with
made him
head
look like
injuries.
an idiot.
I said that because they can't use the R word anymore. Thank you. Tyrus, should we do away with the filibuster? The argument is if we do away with the filibuster, the Democrats are going to do the same thing to us. But they're going to do it to us anyway.
Kill the filibuster. Get rid of it. President Trump, you're the one guy who has the balls to do it. That's the whole reason why we vote and you have an advantage. We have the advantage. Because here's the thing. The argument, well, when it turns against us, here's a caveat, Republicans. If you do all you promise to do, you will have great elections.
Yes.
But when you promise and it doesn't pass, they're like, what's the point? What's the difference? The filibuster. Americans voted, if it's 52 or 53 to 51, that's still an advantage. So then votes matter more. People take more time and they care. You want IDs and everything? Cool. Make our votes count by getting rid of the filibuster. Filibuster is a tool senators use to not do their job.
Yeah, well, they get paid. Who shut down the government, by the way? Who shut down the government? That'd be Democrats.
A full debate on the bill, including a prolonged
They shut down the government,
filibuster.
not
to exhaust
Republicans.
Democrats.
They've
What
all
should
voted
be done?
yay.
Is the filibuster just
The only people that
Republicans are worried,
voted
it's gonna
nay
come back
is
to haunt us.
Democrats.
But the Democrats would do it to
And a
us
couple
in
of
a heartbeat.
rhinos.
And they
they're
say they are
done
going to do
too.
it when they get it back in power. It's the most frustrating thing. And then you look up, like, what's the difference between the filibuster and the talking filibuster?
Who cares?
And then you lose 5 IQ
It doesn't
points
matter
when your
what we
nerd
think.
quota
Doesn't matter.
goes way up. Like, I always thought that's what the filibuster was.
Yeah.
Like Jimmy Stewart talking, and then they sent me to Washington and they're doing bad things. That should be on TV.
Yes.
If you're doing a filibuster, damn it, you gotta stand there and talk, and no water, and gaga. You gotta protect your issue. But this is just them figuring out ways not to do what the people want. They need to be all smacked up with a white glove upside the head.
Yep.
And then maybe we should just declare an emergency, because they had no problem setting up little ID stations during COVID.
That is
right.
true.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
where's
need an
your
ID.
ID? Where's your vax card?
Yeah.
Sick of them tugging us around, Greg.
All right, Molly, I did like a special report style topic just for
I
you.
don't know who this
Are
shit
we
is.
idiots am I an idiot for saying I think it's time to get rid of the filibuster?
No, not necessarily. And I would be for it if I thought that Republicans would do anything if they knew the filibuster. But Republicans are very bad at accomplishing any of their goals, particularly compared to Democrats who, if they didn't have to deal with the filibuster, would just be like making Puerto Rico a state. They would be packing the Supreme Court. They would just be running roughshod over everything. But this issue with the SAVE Act does not require nuking the filibuster. You can just debate it. And that's actually what's happening right now. If you haven't noticed, like, we haven't done any debates on the Senate floor in years.
That's true.
For like hundreds of years, that's where you did it. You would have debates, you'd go back and forth. And now it's just.
I don't know who this broad is, but I got to tell you, she's saying something smart.
Their deals and come out and they tell you how it's been done. And already today, they were debating this. And Senator Schumer said, actually, he doesn't oppose requiring ID. So by debating it, they already got some movement, and maybe Republicans can work with Democrats. I'm not,
They're already working.
But you don't need to nuke the filibuster to actually have some debate on the SAVE Act.
Well, can't you have both?
Being about okay.
Yeah. Just saying.
Democrats.
Democrats.
I hope you're right. I hope you're right, but I know you're wrong.
Because Democrats is
Molly Hemingway is never wrong.
They want to cheat. They want to cheat.
We're coming up with a delightful Molly Hemingway and my good friend Lon Williams.
Coming up, Chelsea Handler versus RFK Jr.
Where you go?
They just. I mean, it's very simple.
Steps you up, and there's no time to waste.
Okay, this is very simple shit. You need an ID to get beer and to get cigarettes and to get booze but you don't need an ID to vote. You don't have to prove you're an American citizen to vote. And the Democrats don't want this because that's why they let all the illegals in. Because that's all they wanted was votes. They didn't let illegals in because they wanted to give them a homestead. They want money for them. They want to give them taxpayer money in a way beyond what anybody gets. Anybody that, I mean, doesn't matter if you're a black woman with 3 kids and no husband, which that's a whole other story. We won't even get into that. And, by the way, and then the men are deadbeat dads and they don't pay for their children. They're deadbeat dads where, and then we'll talk about who wants to, yeah, well, that's what it is. WTF, yeah, that's what it is. Could be white too. I don't care. I'm just saying most of them are black. I'm just saying they have 3, 4, 5 kids and then they get welfare. And they get money, and they get all kind, and then they go after the deadbeat dad. And I'm not saying they're all black, but most of them are. Yeah, I'll pay for your passport for what? You don't need a passport. All you need is an ID. Go to fucking DMV, get a fucking goddamn ID, loser. Get a fucking ID. Yeah. See, that's what I mean. See, people are fucking Democrats. Here we go. Here's the Democrats. Oh, I need a passport. You don't need a fucking passport to vote. I'll tell you what. I got one right here. I got an ID. I go right to my fucking goddamn place. Right down the street from here at Town Hall. I show them my ID. I've registered. I have a Social Security card. There you go. Look at you. Freaking, oh no, I need a passport. No, you don't. That's bullshit. You fucking stupid. You people are really that dumb, aren't you? You think that's, you listen to CNN. Go watch CNN. Get off my channel. Go watch CNN. Go the fuck away and watch CNN. Go listen to that. You can't get a fucking goddamn, my birth certificate. Call the hospital you were born at. I can get one right now. Snap. Just like that. Fucking all I got to do is call where I was born. And send me one in a heartbeat. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool, man. Good. Damn straight. Because it's the truth. Yeah, look at the idiots here. Oh, I don't have a passport. You don't need a passport. You need an ID, dumbass. And tell me you don't have one. Nobody looks at your passport when you go to the fucking goddamn liquor store. Nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit about your passport. Hey, people give a shit about your passport is the airport or the fucking goddamn ship you're going on to leave the country. Nobody cares. No, that somebody just did. Don't even pull that guy up. Spot. Shut up. I'm done with it.
Chelsea whines about RFK's house.
I bought RFK Jr.'s house in Los Angeles 5 years ago. I still have not lived in this house. That's how up this house was. The idea that this guy is in charge of the health of our country when he didn't even have a proper foundation at this house. And when they opened up the house, they were like, "This house is
lesbian.
Oh no! Live here for at least 2 years."
All right, Tyrus. Here's a picture of the $6 million home. And she claims to say that there was an illegal storage unit. Do we have a picture of it? Yes, we do. Oh, there we go. All the problems she talks about are like easily fixed. Do you buy her story?
It's such a first world problem that she spent exactly $6 million. That's all she had.
Yes.
You don't expect her to clean it herself. I mean, you literally went on TV to complain about the mansion you bought was toxic.
Yeah.
So spend, I don't know,
$1,500
and have it clean?
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe before closing, you put a little aside for pickups. Because who knows? It's California. You bought it at $6. Maybe you throw a coat of paint on it and wash the floor, and you sell it for $17 million. Like, oh my God! Like, I guess that house was probably
like everybody else.
$81,000 for a homeless
liberal.
person.
Yeah.
So we need to.
Molly, I don't buy her story at all.
Go buy one.
She's RFK Jr. and she just wanted to crap on him, but she just doesn't want to move in. Probably because she was supposed to move in with a guy and said, "What am I doing with her?" and then ran off.
Yeah, I don't know who I would trust less than Chelsea Handler as like a reliable narrator of the story. Also, I'm not a millionaire, but I do understand that when you purchase a house, it goes
what is
through
she doing
numerous
lately?
inspections. Like the idea that somehow he was responsible for her failure to do that or whatnot. And like, I was thinking, don't they have a bunch of kids, RFK and insurance? Yeah. Maybe she was confused by the presence of children
right.
lived there. Or maybe she thought that the organic food they were growing wasn't what she was used to, which would be like Percocet and vodka. Something.
All right, one thing. He's number one on late night. Nobody's watching fucking goddamn Jimmy Kimmel right now. Nobody.
To look at that house and she says
he's
it's
gone.
unlivable. You would definitely sleep under the floorboards.
Not to mention the other asshole.
Yes.
Or the other
Just
asshole.
put me by that
They're all
nylon
gone.
thing of bricks. I'm good to go. A little lean-to.
He's number one.
Bang.
King of Night Show TV.
I love how her complaints are so vague. It's like she was drunk and bought something on Amazon.
I used to stay up and watch
it's a disaster.
David
She
Letterman.
complains it had an
He's
illegal
gone.
storage
They're all
facility.
gone.
Oh,
They're all
shit.
done.
Yes.
Gutfeld. This is it.
Whatever will
King
she
of
do?
late night.
And I tell you what, good luck selling that.
He's got
He trashed
20
it on
million
national
people
TV.
watching him right
now.
now.
She wants that.
Everybody's watching Gutfeld. Everybody watching Gutfeld.
That's just knocked $2 million off.
Nobody's
right
watching
But
fucking
RFK
Kimmel. I'll tell you that.
Jr. and his wife
Nobody.
bought a house down the street. So now they can just roll by and laugh.
Well, no, I mean, I think she thought this would be like, got him. See, he's so insane. The house is not livable. And I'm sure this is a great story for the maybe 38 people in the country who can find this relatable. You know, like, I can't imagine if I bought a new mansion and it wasn't ready and I had to stay in my other boring mansion. Like, I'm sure that's a tough thing to go through for the 38 people who could potentially have been there. For the rest of us, it's not as relatable. I'm unfamiliar with home purchasing like many in my generation at this point in my life. And again, I'm not some broke bum with no home, no offense, Rockers.
I'm taking.
But, you know, the way she presented it, like,
Yeah.
Again, this at a dinner party with people who they might have found it very relatable. The rest of us who are maybe still working on mansion number
Well, then
one,
go watch. Go
it
watch
really
your buddy
kinda doesn't hit
Kimmel.
home with me.
Yeah.
Go watch
All
Kimmel.
right. Up next, Harry.
If your dog struggles with stiff joints, low energy, messy poops, or an itchy coat,
He's got 20 million viewers, and you can go back and watch your buddy Kimmel. Go watch Kimmel. What are you talking about him? Really? You got a problem with Gulfville? Don't watch him. You don't have to be here. You're more than welcome to leave. You don't have to be here. You can leave. You're watching me. That's funny. I get more views than Kimmel does. I got more views tonight than Kimmel did. Okay? Guarantee it. Go watch CNN. Go watch MSN Now or whatever they call it. Oh, that's not a good thing to say. I shall come find your ass. I might just report you. You're an illegal immigrant. Okay, well, then you'll get yeah, you're the guy that we're going to hear about tomorrow on the news, right? Yeah. You're probably going to be the guy that goes shoot somebody, and then we're going to hear about you on the news. What's your name? As a matter of fact, you've been on my page long enough. There you go. I don't know what you get for that. I love that. Thank you. There you go. Okay. Bye. See you later. Now you've been reported for terrorism. It's not going to work out too well for you. And they'll find you. Yeah, they'll look for you now. There you go. Terrorists. We have a terrorist, everybody. Look at that. We found another terrorist. Another one. Notice that several people have tried that crap. It doesn't work very well for them. So go find terrorists. What do we got? It's a commercial. Not working out too well for people like that, is it? I do this pretty much 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock. I might stay later. Depends. I'll start another one in a little bit, but yeah, I'll do something with my own idea. That's all I'll say. Yeah, I can't. So, yeah, Dad, do it. Yeah, I can't. Sit right next to me. What are you doing, buddy? How you doing, my friend? My buddy. Anyways, he's real. You're not.
Force Factor bestsellers like Total Beats, Amazing Ashwar.
Some of you are. Most of you aren't real. So you can keep trying that. I'm working out too well for you, by the way. Blow up my page all you want. See ya. Have fun with that. Yeah, it works for me too. Either way, works for me. That guy doesn't work for me. I ain't gonna fucking deal with that crap. Anyways. There we go.
As human hair dress. Kat, I have to go to you.
Of course.
First, this stunningly big-lipped star married to Harry Hamlin. Remember him, huh?
I do remember
him. Gaining a lot of traction these days. Wore a dress made out of 11 pounds of ethically sourced human hair to an Oscar party. She partnered with a hair care company and a fashion designer. Now, you wear hair extensions. Is this kind of the same thing?
Okay, I looked up where the hair extensions came from, and it's the same place I got these.
Really? So are there like 30 bald Indian kids somewhere?
Maybe.
What, no
I don't know.
comments?
I don't know if they'd be bald, but maybe their hair's a little
Or make
shorter
a
than it would have been.
stupid
But look at how great I look.
There's a chance.
Kind of gross, though, right? Wouldn't that be
At
itchy?
least she's hot.
Wearing
No.
human hair.
No.
You ever
Is
see
she-
her do ugly?
Wearing that out of
No, I honestly thought it was going to look a lot more disgusting. I think it actually, you can't really tell it's hair from a distance.
I can't.
All right. Well, Molly, that clearly wasn't outrageous enough for me. Couture. Is that how you say it? Couture?
Bless you.
Thank you. Doesn't matter if it's good or bad. It's just kind of got to be shocking. And what do you make of couture?
Bless you.
Well, I like that she's working with different fabrics or whatnot, but I'm really stuck on the ethically sourced issue there.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about saying that it's ethically sourced that makes me all of a sudden very suspicious about where it came from.
Right. It's like,
What happened?
so they didn't like scoop kids
He's
off the
burning.
street
My whole
and
couch is
scalp them.
vibrating. He
But
burns
they,
so
what did they do? They
loud.
waited for some person's hair to fall out? I don't know. What's ethic? What's ethically?
Well, people cut their hair. You go to a barber and take it off the floor.
But it also is like yeah, I'm wondering they sit in a movie theater and they just come behind you and cut it off or whatever. Like, what would be unethically sourced?
Paris, you've been thinking about this all day.
Yeah. Actually, when I first saw this, I immediately thought of the Maya Angelou poem because it was like the worst thing in the world is wearing they were talking about dealing with heartache, and it was like wearing a sweater made of human hair and thorns. And she's the thorn, and there's the human hair. But again, this goes back ethically sourced. That's like me saying my 3 kids I had in 1 year were all ethically sourced.
That's kind of nasty.
Like, it's just, they say dumb. People sell their hair. There's that. I'm surprised I read a lot of books, but there was that one story you read in high school about the guy who was saving up everything to buy his wife a brush, and she was saving up everything to get him, I think it was a knife or whatever the hell it was for his cooking. She cut her hair. He sold his stuff. At Christmas, he gave her a brush. She had no hair. She gave him a thing. He had no job. And then there was the horrible divorce and the kids. No, I don't know about all that. But I'm just saying, like, people cut their hair for money. But I'm just, you didn't read? No one. I never read that. Did you read? Come on. It was a great story.
There's
So,
nobody's
what kind of
commenting.
schools did you go to?
Especially after the last
She got him a
asshole.
chain for his watch.
Yes, thank you.
Stupid
If you told
fucking
me watch
Democratic.
today. Wow,
comments.
Gutfeld.
It's called literature, Gregory.
Can you answer a question?
Out, damn spot.
Who wrote this? Oh, Henry?
Oh, Henry, yeah.
Oh, Henry?
Yeah.
Henry who?
Henry Greg didn't know. That's it.
Last word to you to Loftus. You probably love this on a cold night, sleeping in the Arby's dumpster.
Once upon a time, I could afford the Arby's dumpster, but now I got 81,000. I'm at going to Wendy's. This dress made with human hair is the grossest thing I could possibly imagine. This is. She wore this. She wore this to an after party at the Oscars.
81,000 for
Like
every
this is
homeless
buffet. This is
person.
old fingernails.
The people's
My
houses got
earrings are
burned
baby
down.
teeth,
Not a
and my
dime.
eyelashes are pew.
Millions and millions of dollars,
And
if
the
not
carpet matches the
trillions.
dress.
Yeah, how about all the fucking $30 trillion for a train station that went nowhere?
Molly, my last question to you. What do you think we need?
Y'all need Jesus.
We'll be right back.
That's it. We need Jesus. Be right back.
You up, and there's
I think
no
it's
time to
over.
waste.
I
After
think
no
this
clip,
is over.
unblocks in seconds for
Yeah,
instant relief.
pretty sure that's it.
After
We'll be
Mentor,
right
the
back.
wow is real.
One of your GLP-1 for weight loss was as
Unreal.
easy to take as a mint.
Trillions
Small,
of
discreet,
dollars
and
going
easy.
to what?
Think about that. No needles.
Trillions of
This is
dollars
compounded
going to a
tirzepatide,
train
a mint
that-
flavored tablet designed to fit into your daily
Get
routine.
no
You
rails
simply let
out.
it dissolve under your tongue. No
Get more
mixing,
rails
filling, or
under my
storing your own
ass than
syringes.
they did with the
Tirzepatide
train
helps curb
station.
appetite and supports healthier eating
Fucking
by reducing cravings, including for sweets and
Anyways,
carbs.
I think
And when
that's
your
a good
appetite
time.
feels under control, it can make it
Should be over by now, I would think. Wow, it goes by so quick. Yeah, it is. That's it. Anyways. What's happening? Wow. Jeez. It just doesn't end. It just doesn't end. Fucking stupidity does not end. You can't fix stupid. Like I said, you just can't fix stupid. Yeah. Just go watch Gutfeld. Freaking Kimmel. Watch CNN. I don't know what you want to watch. Don't watch me, because I'll tell you the truth. You're not going to want to hear the truth. Wow. Anyways, fucking stupidity. That's it. It's over. The show's over. I could leave. I gotta leave yet, but I gotta find something else to watch. Give me a second. We'll see what I can find. It ain't gonna be fucking news. I'll tell you that. I've had enough news. There you go. Should I restart? Get the fuck out of here, you little prick. A fucking fruit fly. Anyways. I'll tell you what. Fuck this. I'm out.